Hello, I'm Virginie Senden with DBA Noise Consultants.
And I'm Haan, also with DBA Noise Consultants.
So when is enough enough?
How much data do we really need?
Really need for what?
Comprehensive sound level surveys of ambient sound level surveys. I thought you knew. The requirements in Directive 38, AUC Rule 12 and the BC Oil and Gas Commission best practices are that you need at least 3 hours of valid data.
So, and is that a problem to get at the 3 hours of valid data?
It can be a problem. Weather may interfere with your survey, noises or sources may be intermittent, and there may be contamination from sources that you're not interested in.
And let's say I have less than the 3 hours, would my data not be good?
Not necessarily so. We found a method to test your data for validity and to assess what the confidence interval would be.
For our analysis, we looked at 2 sites where we did an ambient sound level survey. We did 7 days per site. We had far more than the 3 hours per day of night of valid data. We reanalyzed it using a bootstrapping method. We looked at the LEQ and we looked at a 95 confidence interval of plus or minus 3 dB.
Let's look at site A for the nighttime period. You'll see 7 graphs, each graph representing a night. On the x-axis you see the number of minutes that was included in the sample, and on the y-axis you see the sound level. The red bars indicate the 95% confidence interval. For instance, for 3 hours in night 1, we have a 95% confidence interval of 1.1 decibel. This is site B for the daytime period. We see the same 7 graphs. What we see in the 7 graphs is that there's more variation, and I want to point you to day 4, where 3 hours of data is not enough to achieve our criterion of plus or minus 3 dB. In conclusion, the right number
varies very little.
0.4 decibel. That's what we found. The 95% confidence interval of plus or minus 3 dB based on ANSI varies from between 8 minutes of data, valid data, to more than 560 minutes. But in many instances, 1 hour is more than sufficient.
So maybe a statistical test would provide more insight in whether the data are valid if you have less than the 3 hours?
Even if you have more than the 3 hours, I would definitely recommend to include a statistical test in those documents.
That concludes our presentation.
Thank you.